there you have it, folks. We are off and running here at the Henry J. Fury Complex. Anthem done, introductions done, and we are tipped off and underway. It is the visiting Penn Hills Indians in your Gateway Gators here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Vince Russo along with Adam Gusky, Lee Schaefer Jr., Lee Schaefer III. That is our crew for tonight. Should be a dandy tonight. As the scoring is opened up by Amon Hathorn and the Penn Hills Indians, who are looking for revenge. These two teams met to open the season all the way back on December 8th. In a game that came down to the wire, the Gators won that one 57-51. Not a section matchup tonight, but a lot of bragging rights on the line between two local foes. As a turnover there by the Gators will give it back to the Indians, who opened the scoring just a moment ago. Indians in the road black uniforms with the red and gold numerals and trim. Gators in the home white uniforms with the black and gold trim and numerals. Indians will go right to left here in this first quarter offensively on your screen. Welcome everyone who joined us for the first game of our doubleheader tonight. Penn Hills Indians winning the opener behind a 20-point-plus performance from Hannah Pugliese in the women's game. That was an alley-oop finish here by Robert Thomas. The first 4 points on the board go to the visiting Indians. Nice crowd here on hand for two local rivals that aren't all that far from each other. Penn Hills just down the hill here from Monroeville. And again, the second matchup of these two teams this season.
Indian foul number 2, Roberson.
Indians come into this one at 8-5 on the season, 2-3 in section play, and a log jam in their section. The Gators were unblemished and untouched in their section before an upset at the hands of the Latrobe area Wildcats here just a week ago. Alec Dunsmore fouled underneath. He'll head to the line, try and give the Gators their first points. So that's just the second loss on the season for the Gators, who fell to 11-2. They were ranked coming into that contest 4th in the state, or 11-2 on the season, 4-1 in section play. Dunsmore will head to the line for the Gators. And knock down the first foul, already his second, is on Darian Robinson. Second doesn't go, but a nice offensive rebound for the Gators. Campolo able to drive inside, steps back, can't get the roll on that one, but a good look being able to create just a little bit of separation. So the Gators on the board, but still trail by 3. Nice blow-by move. Looked like some contact there, but a pass out to the wing and a 3-point shot off the mark, but an offensive board keeps the ball with the Indians here in the early going. Contact right around midcourt. That's going to be a foul on the Gators. Alex Lowry getting in there just a bit too early as the ball was coming through.
Number 20
The first team foul against the Gators.
is in for the Indians.
And it over and back. A lack of awareness there by the Indians. Amon Hathorn, who opened up the scoring, catches that one with 1 foot on both halves of the court. Can't do that. So the Gators ball. Campolo and company able to get it in cleanly. And so they'll try to get this one past half court and into their offensive set. Tipped away, Campolo gets it back, can't get the finish. And Hill's trying to take away things at the rim. Nice move inside, and a big finish at the rim, and a chance for 3 the old-fashioned way. As Robert Thomas went airborne and almost threw that one in. What a finish at the rim. Foul. His second will be against Lowry. And And almost certainly Alex Lowry now will have to take a seat with 2 early fouls.
A foul is on Lowry.
He matches Darian Robinson, who has a pair of fouls as well, and it's sack. Free throw no good. Got an early 5-point lead for the Indians. Polo again driving, trying to create. Now he's in the corner, nowhere to go with it. And he has to call the timeout. Campolo made the fatal flaw in basketball, dribbling back out into the corner, into no man's land, got trapped. Good awareness by the Indians to execute the trap, and that'll force the Gators to have to blow a timeout here early, down 5. Been a lot of conversation for this Gators team that entered the season unheralded, despite having made the last 2 semifinals in 5A. They were unranked to start the season, have been ranked in the top 5 for much of the season, including #1 prior to that loss against Latrobe. Currently they sit ranked as the #2 team in 5A. But with that, Coach Albus Rogers has talked about comes expectations, a target on the back, so to speak. The Gators have had to be one of those teams that every time a team goes out to play, they want to give the best effort to beat one of the best teams in 5A. Right now, finding themselves down as Dunsmore lifts the leg. That's a travel despite the nice feed there. Looked like it was going to be an easy 2 for Bryson Pavlik. Now some pressure from the Gators, trying to speed Penn Hills up a little bit. Indians able to get past it into the half court. Another open look, nice floater there. That'll be Hawthorne. So Hawthorne and Thomas with 4 apiece. 8-1 our score here in the early going. Another turnover. Not many other ways to slice it up other than to say that it's been a sloppy offensive start for the Gators. Have been going all that much better on the defensive side as well. Easy lanes inside for Penn Hills. Right now the visiting team up 8-1 all over. That's going to be a turnover though. As a smart hustle there by Cody Hunt, just to get over half court and to minimize the damage. Still a turnover, but Alec Dunsmore was right in tow there. If he gets to that ball first, he likely gets a good look at the basket, maybe picks up the foul and gets back to the free throw line. So Hunt able to limit the damage to just the turnover. Pavlik with the feed inside to Dunsmore. Dunsmore so shifty inside. He has all 3 points for the Gators here to start. Claw back in within 5. Good ball movement, better defense by the Gators, not giving anything easy inside. Nice move, nice cut, and the finger roll up and in for Amon Hathorne, who's having himself quite the start to this first quarter. 6 of the Indians' 10 points. He'll get a chance to add 1 more at the free throw line. Nice move inside, then able to absorb the contact, finish the finger roll. Build that lead back up to 7. That's going to be the first foul against Mikel Bruce McCrommon for the Gators' 3rd team foul overall. Free throw again, no good. Indians, maybe their only blemish here to start, as they have not been able to convert at the free throw line. Now Pavlik going to drive underneath. And now what do we have? Well, they're going to call a foul underneath. Definitely a break for the Gators, who were swarmed underneath. That's going to be against Hawthorne. His first, both teams now with 3 team fouls. Pavlik on the inbound, running out of time, is able to get this one in quickly to Steph Ricketts. Ricketts logging his first minutes of the evening. Pavlik in the corner, he drives, thought about the shot. Get it back up top to Ricketts. Ricketts has his pocket picked. Transition the other way, no numbers. Gliding, hanging, unable to finish there was Khalil Wall. And then a foul after the fact. See who the guilty culprit is.
Looks like
that's going to be on Wall. So not only does Wall come up short on the offensive end, he picks up the foul the other way. Already 14 fouls on the Indians here in the opening 5 minutes of play. Pavlik going to stop and pop. He misses everything. Not a great look there. Rush that one. Rebound cleared. Coming the other way is Bryce Peeler for the Indians. He'll set them up in the half court. Peeler with a great move. Almost shocked to find himself so open. Then a couple steps underneath, no call, and it'll eventually be a held ball. That's good hustle underneath by Steph Ricketts to help tie that one up. Possession arrow is with the Gators, and it will be their ball. 10-3 our score. Alec Dunsmore with all 3 points for the Gators here in quarter number 1. Good perimeter defense by Penn Hills. A tough shot there, and again, not even close. It has been an abysmal shooting performance in this first quarter for the Gators. The other end, a lot of the points for Penn Hills have come inside. They've gotten a couple trips to the free throw line for and one opportunities, have not converted on any of them. Find themselves up 7 here. Impressively have held the Gators to 3 points. 3-on-1 the other way. Pavlik goes up strong, has that one swatted away. Here come the Indians in transition. They like to run. Stop, pop. That one would have taken the lid off of the visiting crowd here. Instead, it's a nice effort inside to turn and finish. That's been all Robert Thomas and Amon Hathorn. 6 points apiece. Carrying the load offensively for the Indians. Now it's Pavlik the other way, going to try and do it himself. What a beautiful finish by Pavlik. Went up with the left, finished with the right. He's the first Gator not named Dunsmore to find the bottom of the bucket. Trio of subs waiting to check in for the Indians. Heat check time from deep. That one's going to go. L.A. Redmond. The first triple and the first person not named Thomas or Hathorn to score for Penn Hills. As Pavlik having a bit trouble getting this past half court, eventually able to get that up to Ricketts. Good pump fake there, shot fake, and a second effort there. Chris Settles, now the third Gator on the score sheet. This first quarter has flown by, even with 17 fouls. Down the final 10 seconds. Indians setting up the screen, looking for that last second shot. 3 seconds, drive inside, floating, getting it to go is Khalil Wall. And boy, that's about how the first quarter went. Everything going Penn Hills' way. They find themselves up 10 points after one. 17-7 our score. 6 apiece for Amon Hathorn and Robert Thomas. A triple from L.A. Redmond and a bucket right there at the death by Khalil Wall. You're scoring for Penn Hills. On the other side, Alec Dunsmore leads all scorers for the Gators with the first 3 points of the contest. Chris Settles, Bryson Pavlik both finding a deuce along the way. And that is our scoring. Not a ton of it after one quarter. Gators held in check. They'll have to come back out on their high horse against this local rival who's looking for revenge here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Second straight slow start for the Gators as Latrobe scored the first 12 points of the contest last week and held the Gators without a field goal until the 3:50 mark of the opening quarter in a crushing loss against the Wildcats here at home. Gators had a 1-point lead, but a couple late turnovers led to the crucial 4 points that put Latrobe ahead for good. And that 63-60 decision was the first section loss for the Gators, who went 9-1 in section last year. Trying to duplicate section championship efforts. Again, this one won't count towards section totals, but certainly a lot of bragging rights on the line for these local rivals. And when it comes time to seeding and who gets to play who, matchups and home court, every game's so important for two teams that have championship aspirations. Two teams, this is half of last year's semifinalists in 5A. 3-point shot, some contact there, that one doesn't go. And a tough put back there by Steph Ricketts to open the second quarter scoring. Gators back within single digits, lead is 8 for the Indians, who won 5A last year with a 23-4 record. Now too easy underneath. An open look, Cameron Glenn. The first points of the second quarter for Penn Hills. Ball's loose, a couple Gators collide. Pavlik able to keep a hold of that one and keep the offense moving. Get it into Dunsmore on the high post. Dunsmore going to spin, goes up strong, too much. Pavlik mistimed the jump for the offensive rebound, but it will stay with the Gators.
And 20, Hunt.
Couple more subs. Looked like it was just a quick spell for a few there for Robert Thomas and Cody Hunt. Also fresh in, starting the second quarter for Penn Hills, is Mark Pate. Steph Ricketts going to pull the trigger from 3, able to get his own rebound back, contact, but no call. We will play on. Indians now the other way in transition. Hesitation and a pass underneath. And a whistle blows.
Number 12, Mark Pate.
Ball stays with the Indians. Looked like that one was a kickball.
Number 4, Tyree Thompson. And Campolo.
Quick pass in. And a nice block by Dunsmore. Erases and then draws the foul. Got up on the tiptoes for that one to take that one away from Robert Thomas.
Foul is on 5, Robert Thomas. Gator ball.
Gators get the stop, and now Tally Thompson, North Carolina A&T baseball recruit, in for his first minutes for the Gators, and he's held up. Nice tie up there by Cody Hunt. Possession arrow was with the Gators, but they'll have it stripped away. And now, off another turnover, here come the Indians. A nice feed underneath, and another big block. They're going to call that a held ball. That block was sandwiched and held for just long enough. It'll stay with the Indians. It'll give them the inbound under the basket. Another strong defensive play there. Gators able to recover to avoid giving up the easy bucket. The ball stays with the visiting Indians, who find themselves up 10 here. First half of the second quarter. This ball picked off, now with a full head of steam. Nice hesitation, beautiful finish. Mikel Bruce McCrommon able to sort of float, hesitate in the air, and finish. Pull the Gators back within 8. Can they go on a run? Open look from 3, that one off the mark, and a strong rebound by Thompson. That one tipped away, will stay with the Gators. Talked about how Gateway coming off of a tough loss to Latrobe. First game in a week. They were supposed to play at Bell Vernon late last week, but as I don't have to explain to anyone, inclement weather rolling through the western Pennsylvania area, putting an end to a lot of those plans for a lot of teams around the region. On the other end, Penn Hills, second big rivalry game in as many contests as they fell by 3 to their local rival, Woodland Hills. Nice find to find Campolo inside, the hesitation. Pump fake draws the foul. Campolo will head to the line. Second
The foul was on 30.
foul of this second quarter.
Spieler, 2 shots. Vigo Campolo.
Fouls reset from quarter 1 to quarter 2. No 1-and-1 anymore. The team gets to 5 team fouls. They are in the bonus. Gators 40% of the way there. Campolo comes up short on the first.
Number 5, Robert Thomas back in for Penn Hills. Number 13, Chris Settles in for the Gators.
Campolo officially on the score sheet with his first point. Pulls the Gators back within 7. Another tip pass. Good job getting hand in the lane there. There's Chris Settles. Gators trying to weather the storm. Early hot start for the Indians. Campolo with an open look from 3. That one in and out. Good look. Can't get it to fall. Now the other way up. Give and go there. Gonna end up with a foul underneath and a trip to the free throw line. Bryce Peeler. That'll be the first foul of the second quarter on the Gators. That'll be on Chris Settles. His first foul. Something to keep an eye on now. Indians now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. One place that they have not played exceptionally well. Now 0 for 4. And full court pressure once again from Penn Hills. Gators calmly and coolly break that to get back into the half court. Already halfway through the second quarter here. This game flying by already. Gators find themselves down 7. That three-point bucket would have helped. And Alec Dunsmore.
4-2.
With 5 points now, his first in quarter number 2, and it's going to be a timeout as the Gators have gone on a bit of a run here. 5 straight points to pull back within 5. Now, Chris Giles wants to talk things over. We talked during the earlier broadcast. Giles, along with Robert Cash, his counterpart for the Indians, both reaching the 100-point plateau in their coaching careers. So congratulations to him. Albus Rogers on the other end with these Gators trying to push them to their 3rd straight deep postseason run. 2 years ago it was a WPIAL semifinal appearance and then a PIAA semifinal appearance. I think one of the most fun games we've ever covered on this crew was that quarterfinal upset. The Gators were able to take down previously unbeaten Rodney Gallagher and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. An absolute instant classic over at the UPMC Event Center at Robert Morris University. And last year, Gators once again made the semis. We were at Mount Lebanon for that contest against Peters Township. Gators came up just short and then frankly let one get away against Hershey in the first round of the state tournament. So a program that has built some serious success, but feels like there's more to accomplish. They have come out this season in a 10-game winning streak that just got snapped. 11-2 overall. A tough defensive team, 3rd best defensive team in 5A, allowing just 47 points a game. Here they need some offense to get back into this one. We're getting to Dunsmore underneath. He absorbs the contact, no call. He's gonna be the last that touched it. Look like there was a little bit of contact there, but Dunsmore also sort of hesitated when he probably should have went up and had a clean, easy look at it. Either way, it is Indians' ball, and the deficit stays at 5 for the Gators. Gators outscoring the Indians 7-2 here in the second quarter. There's 2 points coming from Cameron Glenn. Another turnover. Gators doing a good job here on the defensive end, trying to turn that to offense. Nice take. I wanted to say finish, but they weren't able to get that to go. Now an open look from 3, and that one in and out. The Gators just can't get anything to fall. Getting good look after good look, and now the other way in transition. Too easy underneath. Trying to go up for the, the big-time finish there. And the rim ended up proving to be the good friend of the Gators. Robert Thomas went up emphatically with that one and caught a bunch of rim. And the other end, you had a layup bounce out for Mikel Bruce McCrommon, and then a really good-looking shot from 3, unable to fall for Tyler Thompson. Gators close to pulling into within 1 possession. Instead, need another stop here to do so. Another nice move, but an even better block. And another block. My goodness, and another block. 3 blocks in succession for the Gators. Now we'll get it back to Dunsmore inside. Defense turning into offense. Dunsmore now leads all scorers with 7. And the Gators do, in fact, pull within 3 points here late in half number 1. This one flying by, folks. Just 98 seconds left before the halftime break. When that happens, we'll take about a 10-minute break and bring you half number 2 here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. 3-point shot hits the far end of the rim, but a holding call after that on Campolo. Or no, it'll be against the Indians. Campolo going for the board. Foul will be on Darian Robinson. That's going to be the 3rd foul on Robinson. He's going to have to take a seat. And the Gators rolling with all the momentum. They've held Penn Hills to just 2 points here in quarter number 2. It's allowed them to pull back within 1 possession. Now a chance to pull within 1 or tie it up here. Good job by Campolo, able to get through the pressure. Get it past half court, get the Gators back into their half court set. Thompson thought about pulling the trigger, goes to Dunsmore underneath. Dunsmore unable to get that one to go. The putback no good. Second time is the charm. 3rd overall for Chris Settles. Settles now with 4 in the lead, which once was 11 for Penn Hills, is now just 1. Less than a minute to go. Will Penn Hills hold for the last shot? They work this one around the wing, drive inside, and that's going to be a travel. And now the Gators will get the last crack at it here with 27.9 seconds left. Gators have fought back valiantly in this one. They've had a ton of good looks that haven't gone down. So if you're Albus Rogers and company, you've got to feel good about how your team has weathered the storm and gotten back into this one. Bryson Pavlik, good aggression there to get through the defenders, get back to the ball. Now the Gators get it past half court. Back to Thompson and Campolo. And another good job by the Gators to get through that full court press. 9 seconds left. Pavlik with the ball in his hands, going to try and create himself. The scoop shot. What a beautiful finish by Pavlik. My goodness, that one off, not in time. And so the Gators, despite an incredibly sloppy start to this game, have battled back and scored at the buzzer to take a 1-point lead into the half. They hold Penn Hills to a whopping 2 points in the second quarter, outscoring the Indians 13-2. And that will be our halftime edge. It is 20-19. Gators out in front. Taking a look at a few of our numbers before we head into the break. Alec Dunsmore leading all scorers with 7 points. Chris Settles and Bryson Pavlik have 4 apiece for the Gators. Mikel Bruce McCrommon and Steph Ricketts with a pair, and then Vito Campolo with a free throw to add 1 point to the total. That all-important 1 point, that is the difference right now for the Indians on the other side. After a strong first quarter, just 2 points to speak of for the entire team in the second. But Amon Hathorn and Robert Thomas made hay with 6 points apiece in that first frame, along with Khalil Wall, his 2 points. L.A. Redmond had 3. In the second quarter, it was just Cameron Glenn with a pair. Add it all up, 20-19, our score. Gators use a 13-2 second quarter to pull ahead. We'll be back in about 9 minutes with half number 2 here on GatewayGatorProductions.com.
Make the ghetto woman put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto woman put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto woman put their hands on their knees. I don't know how to dance with the ladies. And make the ghetto woman put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto woman put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto woman put their hands on their knees. Hey son, your chick going nuts. She just put my chains on. Got her going crazy, legs shaking, watch her move. Told her you gotta run it up and not the one who make the rules. Left, right, let me see you do it. Left, do it, right, do it, left, do it, right, do it, left, do it, right, do it, left. Do it right, do it left, do it left. Good, you can touch my back, but you good. I look fly, I look too good.
Welcome back, folks. Just a few ticks away from starting our second half coverage here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. 20-19, our halftime score. You see there at the bottom of your screen. Nice crowd on hand here at the Henry J. Fury Sports Complex in Rowville, Pennsylvania. Gateway High School, just east of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I want to thank everyone for joining us here. 16 minutes down, the Gators found themselves down by as much as 11 in half number 1. But credit to the Gators, they put together a particularly impressive defensive performance in the second quarter. Limited Penn Hills to just 2 points. Allowed them to crawl back in, take the lead, and that's where we stand. 20-19, possession arrow with the Indians. They'll start with the ball. That take underneath, too strong. Second chance bucket is good. And the Indians going to need more of that if they want to get back into this one. Robert Thomas, he had 6 in the first quarter, had been kept silent in that second quarter. He and Amon Hathorn were the difference makers in the first half for Penn Hills. As the visiting Indians poke back out in front in those black road uniforms. Gators in the home white unis. Campolo turns it over. Let's see what the call is underneath. Going to be a held ball. Possession arrow with the home team. So the Gators will maintain possession here. Less than a minute in. Gators looking to start a new winning streak after seeing their 10-game winning streak get snapped in section play against Latrobe. Penn Hills trying to get back to their winning ways as well at 8-5 after dropping a section contest to rival Woodland Hills the other day. Take too strong, no good. Lowry, though, able to get it back. Great hustle. Lowry picked up 2 fouls, didn't play a ton in that first half. Good baseline jumper there, but that was just a bit too strong. Lips out for Chris Settles. But another good look for a Gators team that really struggled offensively in the first quarter and then found some momentum in the second. Turnover here. Good pressure by the Indians. They'll take back over. Just over a minute into our second half. Good crowd on hand, as we talked about. Not very far to travel. That one goes almost a full way in and out, and then a foul underneath. And a chance to finish it off at the free throw line for 3. That's going to put our first player into double figures tonight. Robert Thomas.
Bruce McCormick.
It's a foul, the second on number 12, Bruce McCormick. First team foul for the Gators. First team foul for either team. We're in half number 2. And poor rebounding there for the Gators. They nearly give up a second chance opportunity. They'll get it back. And get into the half court, down 3. 4 unanswered points to start for Penn Hills. Offensive rebound after the miss from Lowry, going up and getting fouled underneath is Chris Settles. So Settles will head to the line. 4 points thus far on the evening for Settles.
Redmond, 2 shots.
That foul going to be the first on L.A. Redmond. They knocked down a triple in the first quarter. Chance to pull back within 1 here for Gateway. Settles connects on the first. 2 teams met to start the season. Gators won 57-51 in that one. Second, no good for Settles. He has 5 now. Drive inside, nice finish by Khalil Wall. Wall now with 4. And the lead is 4 for the Indians, not the Gators. They did take the lead into the half, and now we'll find Lowry underneath. Nice extra pass and a foul underneath. Will send the Gators to the line once again. Bruce McCrum able to draw the foul there after really athletic play by Lowry to go up and get the alley-oop pass. Wasn't able to finish it. You see that there. Then able to leave it off underneath to draw the foul. You got Dad and Grandpa there, assistant coaches watching on. The McCrum family. Quite the basketball family, top to bottom. We'll talk a little bit more about that later if we get a stop in the action. That ball tipped out of bounds will stay with Penn Hills. McCrum gets 1 of those 2 to go. That'll be 3 points for McCrum this far in the evening, and the deficit narrows to 3 for the Gators. They poked ahead right before the half, but have given the lead right back to the Indians, who haven't been able to create much separation since the early onset of that second quarter. Campolo, the nice blow-by move there. He's able to dish that out for an open look for 3, but that one won't go for Settles. They'll transition the other way. Open look for the Indians. They get that one to go. Redmond, his second triple. All 6 points coming from downtown for Redmond. That doubles the lead from 3 to 6 for Penn Hills. Points at a premium in this one. Not a lot of scoring thus far. 17-7 was our score after 1. The Gators held in check, and they outscored Penn Hills 13-2 in the second. Lowry, another strong offensive board. Dunsmore underneath. He's able to clean it up. Dunsmore's first bucket of the second half. He now has 9 for the Gators. Whistle and a stop. Go There'll be a foul on the Gators. Holding call. That is going to be
for the Indians. Havlick in for the Gators.
We've got some figuring out to do on the score sheet. I believe that was the third foul on Mikael Bruce McCrum. Another big block. Tylee Thompson, the eraser, gets it up to Pavlik, who finishes at the rim. Bang, bang play there. Pulls the Gators back within 2. So good in transition. Thompson, the eraser at the rim. Able to have the full court vision to get that to Pavlik, put that pass on a rope. And Pavlik able to put that one home. Ball loose. Thompson with it again. Campolo able to poke that one loose. Now Thompson gonna try and do it himself. And a nice finish at the rim. Tylee Thompson, his first points. A big bucket here midway through the third to tie this one up. And a timeout. Indians have seen enough. Chris Giles wants to talk this one over as Thompson was able to come up with the ball after Vito Campolo poked it away. Thompson takes it coast to coast. And boy, what a nice finish at the rim. Able to put just a nice little bit of English on that one. And we are deadlocked at 28. We talked a little bit about some of the McCrommon family that is down there. The dad, Chaz, one of the assistant coaches for the Gators. A Hall of Famer at Robert Morris University, played professionally in Europe. Not pictured his mom, Chelsea, she played D1 at Longwood. Mikkel's aunt, Carmen Bruce, played D1 at Georgetown and Duquesne, and then coached at Duquesne and Pitt. Grandfather, who is pictured there down, one of the assistant coaches, Kirk Bruce, played at Pitt and in the ABA, coached at Pitt, was on the athletics administration team at Pitt. We'll keep talking. We're now only about halfway done with some of the family accolades for Mikael Bruce McCrum and that family. Another dish to Pavlik. He very nearly gets that one to go. Lowry with a nice find, and Pavlik fouled just hard enough not to be able to finish that one, but he'll still have a chance to get 2 at the free throw line and to put the Gators back in the lead. Second foul on Amon Hathorn, third team foul on Penn Hills. Pavlik good on the first.
Dunsmore back to the Gators.
Dunsmore checks back in after a well-deserved breather. Leads the Gators with 9 points overall. Pavlik can't get that second one to go, so lead will be just 1 for the Gators. Pavlik 7 points on the evening thus far. Open look from 3 once again. That was just short though, and then tipped away. Nice hustle. I believe that's gonna stay with the Indians. Thompson comes up with the rebound, but has that one stripped away, and then it sort of bounces around in no man's land before it touches Thompson last and goes out of bounds. Well, the Indians will try and break back out in front once again. Back and forth we've gone. Drive inside, the hesitation. That one taken away by Thompson though. My goodness, the Gators have been tough inside. No easy buckets. Good passing there though. And it's Thomas. 6 points in the first, 6 points in the third. He'll put Penn Hills back out in front. Step back shot, no good from Thompson. Here come the Indians in transition once again. 3-point shot up, short. Got a whistle at the end of that. That's going to be a foul.
Penn Hills foul number 5.
On Penn Hills. That'll be against
Number 35.
Robert Thomas. Just his second, but the fourth foul of the period against Penn Hills. The next foul will put
Steph Ricketts in for the Gators.
Gateway into the bonus. So they will be shooting free throws for the final 2:09 of the third quarter here. There's Bryson Pavlik taking his time, bringing this past half court, allowing the Gators to get to their half court set. Such a patient team offensively. Lowry passed up the open three, the extra pass, and it pays off as he finds Steph Ricketts in the corner. Now Ricketts with a big three, 5 points. Puts the Gators back out in front, and a foul. Pavlik whistled for the harm there. That's just going to be the first foul on Pavlik, third team foul of the third frame on the Gators. So they still have a foul to give here with 1:40 left, up by 2. Folks will want to stick around here as Dunsmore erases. My goodness, the Gators, the amount of blocks they have in this one. Like a whole Lego set. Now Pavlik with it. Gators able to clear it. Nice feed inside. And the layup just a little bit too strong. Lowry keeps it in, but he throws it the way the Indians are going, and he's lucky the Indians weren't able to catch that and get that move in for a transition break. Missed opportunity there for the Gators. Dunsmore got the feed in transition, just unable to get that one to fall. Now the Indians have a chance to take either tie or take the lead with less than a minute left in the third. That one's tipped away, and a nice grab by the cheer squad, showing the hands off. We got athletes all over the place here tonight. Clock stops with 45 seconds left. Robinson inbounds. Amon Hathorn, the point guard for the Indians. See if they hold here for the last shot. Down 2. Well, they'll push inside. Foul called. That was the foul to give.
Foul is on 24, Pavlik.
That'll be the second on Pavlik. We'll see if he takes a seat with 32 seconds here or not. Still just 2 towards the end of the third. Foul on the floor, so no free throws. And again, Penn Hills can take their time here and hold for the last shot of the frame if they want to. Yep, they'll pull the trigger from 3. That one too strong. Now it's the Gators in transition. Pavlik, nice behind the back. And just a bit too strong there on the layup. And the ball will be Penn Hills ball. 12.8 left. A lot of good looks, but neither team able to execute here late in this frame. Not a lot of scoring. A quick bucket there. Just a few seconds left. Full court heave-ho. That one is off the mark. So a late bucket by Darian Robinson. His first point to the contest will send us deadlocked at 32 into the final frame. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got 8 minutes of exciting basketball left ahead here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. I will take my mic down and allow the Gateway cheer squad to take us from quarter 3 to quarter 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, we still need one car move. It's a silver-blue Chevy Impala, parked out in front. License plate KWH 4956. This car must be moved. Thank you.
minutes back on the clock. Possession arrow looks like it's with the Indians, so they'll start with the ball. Darian Robinson will inbound it after scoring the crucial 2 points to nod this one up at 32 apiece. We're right back after it, folks. Final quarter of regulation here. Anybody's game between these two local rivals, Penn Hills Indians and the Gateway Gators. Two of the four teams that made up the four semifinalists in last year's 5A basketball bracket. Travel called. Squandered first possession for the Indians. Robert Thomas leads all scorers with 12 points. For the Gators, it's Alec Dunsmore with 9 on the evening. Still a long way to go in this one. Nice move by Pavlik. Thought about pulling the trigger after the spin move. Wisely sets it up for an open look from three, and Alex Lowry gets it done. Lowry's first points of the contest. He's been kept in check, was in foul trouble early. But what better time for his first 3 points of the evening than to break the deadlock here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Gators have not been a three-point shooting team on the season, one that lives and dies out there at least. A lot of this offense runs for getting that ball to Dunsmore inside. Penn Hills going to take a timeout here, just a minute, 6 seconds in. Gators will step back into section play with a road date at McKeesport Friday night. Now the Indians will return to section play as well when they host Fox Chapel Friday night. The Indians will be looking for revenge after the Foxes defeated Penn Hills on their home floor 61-52. The first matchup for McKeesport and Gateway, if memory serves. It's the second matchup of these two teams here tonight. We talked about early season, December 8th non-section matchup, part of a preseason, early season tournament rather, at Central Catholic. Gateway came away with the 57-51 win. Not sure if we'll get point totals up quite that high tonight. Great defense by both sides. Talked about the Gators, third best defensive team as far as scoring defense in 5A, averaging 57 points offensively, but allowing just 47.8 per game defensively. And that defensive mark just behind West Allegheny at 44, and Shaler, who's had an excellent season thus far. The Titans, they're allowing 46.8. So strong defensive effort. The 63 points they allowed to Latrobe. That's the first game they allowed an opponent to score more than 60 points all season. As they're able to take it away from Penn Hills after just one look there. Now coming back the other way and drawing the foul. There's a strong take there by Mikkel Bruce McCrommon, who will head to the line. We talked a little bit about some of his family members earlier tonight in the broadcast. We'll finish that off while McCrommon is at the line. He has a great aunt, Jennifer Bruce Scott, second all-time leading scorer in Pitt history, men and women, who married Rod Scott, played at Duquesne, and their children now play at Gateway. That's free throws up and good for McCrommon, who also has a cousin in Shayla Scott, who's the all-time scoring leader for the Gateway girls, who played at Pitt on their teams, who went to the Sweet 16, and who just got inducted into the Gateway Hall of Fame. Mikkel, just a sophomore, hoping that might be the place he resides someday as well. Floater up and good. Nice finish by Hawthorne, who has not scored since the first quarter. 2 big points there to pull this back within 3, and then a turnover. And a foul on the floor. I think that's going to be on McCrommon. That's going to be his 4th. So likely back to the bench for McCrommon, who bookending it has a cousin, Tyler Scott, who played on the WPIAL champion Gateway boys teams in 2011 and 12, and then went on to play at Kent State and Slippery Rock. So a little family history, a little dive along the branches of the family tree there as that one's tipped away. Big credit to Adam Gusky, who did the fact-finding on all of that. Come the Indians the other way, the layup, up and good. Darian Robinson lays that up and in to pull the Indians back within one. Back and forth we go. Now Pavlik able to dump that one off for Dunsmore. Dunsmore gets swarmed. No call though, a lot of players going for it there. So the Gators come up short. Now the Indians a chance to reclaim the lead the other way. The three-point bucket would have taken the lid off, but it's no good. Tylee Thompson with a big-time rebound there. He's going to call his own number the other way. That three-point shot comes up, no good. Now the other way, alley-oop way off the mark. Game getting a little bit helter-skelter now. So wisely, Hawthorne for the Indians gonna pull this one back, allow these teams to regroup in the half court. Tip pass, stays in play. Good pressure by Pavlik. They'll get it underneath. And the finish, and another chance at three the old-fashioned way for Robert Thomas. He's having himself a game, now 14 points in this one. He puts the Indians back out in front with 4:19 left to play. Indians led by as many as 11 early in the second. But since that point, since the Gators were able to outscore Penn Hills 13-2 to get back into this one, it has been tooth and nail. No team really able to create much separation. Right now it's the Indians by one. Sloppy pass there. Ricketts almost lost it. Gets it back to Lowry. Lowry trying to alley-oop it to Thompson. Now the other way. It's a fast break opportunity. And laying it up and in again is Darian Robinson. 6 points over the last 5 minutes, and now the Gators and Alvis Rogers need a timeout. Their team down 3. Good vision, and a good way to run the floor there for Darian Robinson as they're able to get that pass up forward. Lays it up and in. It's a 3-point game for the Indians now. They'll have themselves a 6-point run. Gators opened up a bit of a lead. That has evaporated quickly. As it's time for the t-shirt toss. Now Gators fans not exactly in a festive mood as they've seen their team fall behind in a game that doesn't mean anything in the section race, but for a Gators team that was ranked number 4 in the state last week, you don't want to see a 10-game winning streak fall into a 2-game losing streak.
If you're seated across from the scorer's table, please exit to your right through door 15. Everyone else on the other side, the side of the scorer's table, exit toward the refreshment stand. Thank you for your cooperation. And ladies and gentlemen,
so how do we get to this point? It was 17-7 after quarter number 1. Penn Hills up by 10. The Gateway Gators came back with an emphatic defensive performance in quarter number 2, held Penn Hills to just 2 points, scored 13 of their own to take a 20-19 lead into the halftime break. Penn Hills outscores the Gators by just 1, 13-12. So We were knotted up at 32 going into our final frame. And so far, it has been 8-5 advantage scoring for Penn Hills, including the past 6 points all going the Indians' way. And now they're up by 3. Just under 4 minutes to play. So a lot left to decide here. So hang in there. Dunsmore inside. That one swatted away. He got doubled at the last moment. Now the Indians going to try and open this one up a little bit. Get it underneath to Thomas, but it looked like Thomas traveled and did. Turnover, Gators ball. Pavlik re-enters after picking up a few fouls in the third quarter. Steph Ricketts will head back to the bench after hitting a big 3. Quiet night offensively for guys like Tylee Thompson, Alex Lowry. For the Gators, who's it going to be that steps up? Thompson pulls the trigger from the corner, no good. Gators have not been able to find that touch beyond the arc, just a few made threes tonight. Lowry did have a big one here in the fourth. Ricketts had one in the third, but that's been it. Neither team has really pulled the trigger all that much from deep. Now 3-on-2 the other way. Campolo out to Lowry in the corner. Here's a three-point shot, and again, Gators can't get it to go. Been a tough night shooting for both these teams. That's how we've ended up with the low-scoring affair that we have.
Timeout, Indians.
Penn Hills will take a timeout as we're down to the final 2 minutes and 5 seconds of play here. If you're the Indians, a lot of fouls to give on both sides. A chance to try and maybe pull this ball out and force the Gators to start fouling you. Penn Hills, worth noting, has not been very strong at the free throw line tonight. See what that looks like as we get into the waning moments of this one. This game's so often won and lost at the charity stripe. Indians talked about their run last season, 23-4. They're 5A champs. Won 2 games in the PIAA bracket before getting bounced by Cathedral Prep in the state quarterfinals. An update on Penn Hills graduate Damar Kelly, who was highly recruited out of Penn Hills, decided to go to Quinnipiac. He was a pivotal part of that championship team last season. He's a freshman guard for the Bobcats who lead the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference with a 6-1 mark. He's appeared in 13 of the Bobcats' 18 games. Had himself a decent freshman season. Easy layup there as they're able to feed Robert Thomas inside. And the lead is now 5 with under 2 to play. Gators need points here. Who's it going to be to take the shot? Been a tough night offensively for the Gators. Campolo able to set Pavlik up in the corner. Pavlik had a good look at it, but again, a three-point shot won't go. Now, this one tipped away, but it ends up back in the hands of the Gators, or the Indians, excuse me. Armin Hawthorne, good job keeping his eye on the ball there after it was tipped by Lowry. Quick ball movement, but wisely. Indians in no rush to pull the trigger on this one, and the Gators are going to have to think about fouling here. Less than a minute left. Gators seemingly are not understanding the assignment. Now they get the turnover. They'll get it to Pavlik, and Pavlik finishes.
Basket comes by Pavlik.
So a goaltending call, and it was the right call. It doesn't much matter either way because the bucket fell anyway for Pavlik. Rogers takes a timeout for the Gators, and all of a sudden, the game is just 3 points with 44.7 seconds left.
Also, if you're seated across from the scorer's table, please exit to your right.
You can feel the intensity in the crowd picking up. The cheer squad's getting into it a little bit. I'll get out of the way and let you all take this in.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Chance to work out some of these late game situational type things for both of these teams. Both teams that have aspirations of making a deep run come springtime once again. These two programs not unaccustomed to playing games like this that come down to the wire. And while this doesn't impact conference or section standings and who will win a section title, it might come down to who gets a slightly higher seed or who doesn't. Both of these teams want as easy of a path to the postseason as they can. Pavlik takes it away. He finishes. A timeout call. And with 32 seconds left, an incredible blunder and an incredible takeaway by Bryson Pavlik, who lays it up and in, and Pavlik almost single-handedly trying to will the Gators to a victory here. My goodness. The dramatics with 32.6 left. We have a ball game. We are far from over here, folks, as this crowd has sprung back to life. Just moments ago, it was a 5-point lead with about a minute left. Fast forward 30 seconds, a couple turnovers, a couple layups. And the Gators are right back in this. Give credit to a team that could have rolled over and just let this one go. Down 5, a game that doesn't impact positioning in the section. Why not just let that one go and focus on a date with McKeesport Friday night instead? Elvis Rogers gets his squad up and ready for the challenge, are able to generate a couple takeaways. Bryson Pavlik with 4 incredibly big points. Alley-oop attempt at the other end, and it's out. Ball still loose, and a three-point play opportunity for Penn Hills. A big-time finish at the rim, and who else but Robert Thomas. 6 points in the first quarter, 6 points in the third quarter, now 6 points in the fourth quarter. 18 big points for Thomas, who with this free throw has the Indians on the doorstep. Coming in here and springing the upset. And he gets the big free throw to go. 19 for Thomas to lead all scores. Now the Gators got to go fast. And Campolo gets it to go. Goodness gracious me, oh my. 2-point game with 10.8 left in this one. Another timeout by the Gators. They'll try and get their full court pressure put together. What an absolutely energized and entertaining end to this game we've had. Will Robert Thomas's efforts be enough? 19 points, a big 7 points, including the foul and the finish and the free throw after. But the Gators have gotten those big buckets. We said, would it be Lowry? Would it be Thompson? Instead, it's been Bryson Pavlik and Vito Campolo supplying some of the late game offense. And this is a well-rounded, deep Gateway Gators squad and an Indians team that has not been afraid to shuffle the deck on their rotation as well. Who will be the hero? 10.8 left. That one tipped away. .5 now on the clock. Oh my goodness, nearly a turnover. Now the ball is turned over. 6 seconds left. Open three in the corner. Off the rim. Put back. It's good. And that's going to do it. I do believe they might put a little bit of time back on the clock. There is a player down in front of the Gators bench. Now hold on, folks. We still have a lot to settle here and figure out. Dunsmore got the putback. There was about 1 second left on the clock. The injured player is up and back to the bench. That was Chris Settles. Now we wait. As it stands, the game is tied. And they have decided we will move on to overtime. Tied at 45, a fresh 4 minutes on the clock. Alec Dunsmore off the turnover generated by Chris Settles and company. You talk about a hustle play. The three-point shot in the corner off the mark that would have been the game winner. Dunsmore gets in there, cleans up the miss, and we are headed to overtime. .45, both teams scoring 13 in the final frame to get us to where we are now. Dunsmore now with 11. He and Pavlik, the two Gators in double figures on the other side. As we talked about, it's been Robert Thomas stealing the show for the Indians, 19 points overall. Amon Hawthorne has 8 himself. 6 different players have scored for the Indians. 8 different players have scored for the Gators. Neither team really has all that many players in foul trouble. Pavlik has 2 on the floor for the Gators, as does Lowry and Dunsmore. Lowry picked both of those up early in the game. We're underway. Indians win the tip. Possession arrow will face toward the Gators now. Overtime here in Monroeville. The crowd is into it. Ball is thrown away, tipped, so we play on. No backcourt violation. Pass into Thomas underneath. He has it, able to create just enough space to lay that one up and in. And Thomas now eclipses 20, has 21. And a foul on the floor. Good call, bit of contact there. As Cody Hunt had to slide back over in front. They were behind Chris Settles, who had a step on the defense. So the foul
Cody Hunt.
keeps it from being an easy layup situation. Pavlik able to fire this one into Campolo, and the Gators reset here with 3 minutes and change on the clock. Down 2. Gators trying to sweep the Indians on the season after these two teams met in early December. Indians trying to make a statement win in the non-section play and to build some momentum coming down the stretch in section play. Pass underneath and a hard foul will send Lowry to the line, and that's another foul on Cody Hunt.
2 shots.
So now 2 big free throws upcoming for Lowry, who has a chance, if he hits both, to tie this one back up at 47. Lowry hit a 3-point shot in the 4th quarter. That's been his only scoring to date, as he's unable to get that first free throw to fall. Neither team has shot all that well from the free throw line tonight. Gators need this one here. They'll get it. 4 points for Lowry, 1-point game. Good move inside. Nice pass to the corner. Open look from 3. Too strong. Offensive board. Who else? It's Thomas. And Thomas travels underneath. Thomas tried to do just a little bit too much. But can you blame him? He's arguably the biggest reason that the Indians are leading and in position here to try and pull this upset. The Gators, every time they've been backed into a corner, have found a response. Campolo drives the floater, skirts off the rim. Dunsmore gets it back. Absorbed the contact, couldn't get it to go. Now it's Lowry. Pulls it out, the Gators will reset. Smart play by the senior. Big offensive board. 2 minutes left. Polo thought about the shot, now he throws it away. Thought he had Dunsmore coming towards him. Instead, it's a turnover. And that's what plagued the Gators late in that loss to Latrobe. They led by 1, turned it over twice. Latrobe cashed in with 4 unanswered points. And that was your story, a 63-60 final. Gators trying to avoid that being the case for a second straight game. Both teams with 3 team fouls apiece. So still a foul to give for each of these teams before they enter into the bonus. So unless it's a shooting foul, no free throws upcoming immediately. Talked about foul trouble for these teams. Mikel Bruce McCrommon is back on the floor with 4 fouls. On the other side, a pair of Penn Hills Indians with 3 fouls apiece. As that is Darian Robinson and Amon Hathor. Everyone else on the floor has 2 or less. Gators will bring pressure here with 1:48. That led to some turnovers late in this one that led to a layup by Dunsmore that got us to this point in overtime. But can the Gators make it count? Lowry nearly pokes that one away again. Instead, the Indians will get into the half court with 90 seconds left. No rush here, up 1. But nice blow-by move there. The layup up and good. The beautiful finish by Hawthorne. 4 second half points, including these 2 big ones in overtime. That pushes him into double figures, and now the Gators down 3. They'll get it to Pavlik. Pavlik going to take it himself. Little too much on that one. And a foul. Pavlik just a step late. And now coming up a little bit limp is Darian Robinson. Him and Pavlik colliding. That's Pavlik's third, fourth team foul on the Gators. The next one will push the Indians into the bonus. Gators need a stop here. Can they get it? Thomas able to keep a hold of it. They tried to go for the steal. Thomas blew by. 4 big points in overtime. Now it's Pavlik the other way. He lays it up and in. And that keeps it a 3-point game. Timeout called by the Gators. We're back to where we were probably about 10 minutes ago. 3-point game, 46 seconds left. Gators in need of a turnover and a few big buckets. And we did get ourselves up close to the 50-point mark after all. Didn't think we'd be playing a few extra minutes tonight, but here we are. A little free basketball for everyone. No love lost between two teams that have been incredibly competitive at the 5A level for a long, long time. Both are trying to position themselves to get a high seed when the brackets come out a little over a month from now. After the Pavlik layup, it'll be Penn Hills Indians ball. Inbounder is able to run up and down, and they will do so. They'll get it in quickly now. The trap, pressure coming. Still have to get it past half court. They do now. The Gators have to hustle back, not let anything easy up. There's the pass inside. Indians not going to take the shot. They're happy to pull this one out. Now the Gators need pressure or a turnover or, as you saw there, a foul.
Foul is on Penn Campolo. 2 shots. Hawthorne.
Just the first foul on Campolo. 5th team foul puts Penn Hills into the bonus and will send Amon Hathorne to the line. Hathorne with a chance to make this a 2-possession game with a made free throw here. He gets it. Much to the delight of the supporters in red, gold, and black to his right. Hathorne gets them both. And once again, the Gators got to go quick. Pavlik calls his own number. Can't get that one to go. Pressure along the sidelines. They get the trap to the Gators. Ball's loose. And now a foul. A hard foul, excuse me. We'll send Hathorne back to the line. Campolo picks up his second. And that, folks, should do it. So Penn Hills comes in. Rides a strong first quarter and is able to hang around in the game just long enough, and despite a last-second layup by Alec Dunsmore.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's going to be a road victory and a second straight home loss now for the Gators. As Hawthorne was 6 in overtime. And Campolo going to travel. And that will do it. Just 3 points in overtime for the Gators. 10 for Penn Hills. It'll be a 7-point difference as the last few seconds salt away here. 55-48, the final here. 23 enormous points from Robert Thomas. He leads the way. Hawthorne into double figures as well for the Gators. It's Dunsmore. His 11, though, just not enough. Bryson Pavlik with 13 as well. And that'll do it as the Gators unable to come all the way back. They had that early deficit, 17-7 in the first quarter. And the second, they were able to ride a 13-2 strong defensive second to take a 20-19 lead into the second half, whereas they would get outscored 13-12 in the third and then tie that back up with a strong layup at the death. 45 going into overtime, and then from there, it was all Penn Hills in that extra frame, 10-3, outscoring the Gators. So now Penn Hills moves to 9-5 on the season. The Gators fall to 11-3 after the 10-game winning streak, now losing 2 in a row. They'll try and right the ship this Friday at McKeesport, while Penn Hills will take on Fox Chapel at home. That'll do it tonight for doubleheader coverage. The Gators unfortunately come up short on both sides of the coin, losing the women's game earlier to Penn Hills and now the nightcap with the men's game. For our entire talented crew, I'm Vince Russo, your play-by-play broadcaster for the evening. Adam Gusky, our crew lead cameraman tonight. Lee Schaefer Jr. helming us as the director, and Lee Schaefer Jr. on camera, Lee Schaefer III manning at the director's chair. So we want to thank everyone, our four-person crew, to everyone at home. We hope you enjoyed, and hopefully better fortunes for the Gators the next time out here. We'll have wrestling on the 31st here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Good night, everyone.